Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarai and I am a life coach helping you learn how to manage your mindset so that you can achieve the life of your dreams and that life that you truly deserve. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn those notifications on. All right, this video, 7 tips on how to get what you want. Yes, woo, get what you want. All right, let's do it. Now, tip number 1, acknowledge your limiting beliefs. You might be like, Sarai, what are you talking about? Here's the thing, right? When we acknowledge something, it means that we see it, right? It's like, oh, we're putting it on a plate in front of us and going, oh, like, that's what I've been thinking? I don't like that. I want to put it back. I want to throw it away and take something else that I do want running around in my head, okay? So if we ignore it, right? If we keep thinking like, oh, no, I'm just pushing it away. I'm pushing it to the side. I'm not even going to think about it. It's always going to be there. But when you acknowledge it and actually put it down on paper, it makes such a difference because then you are able to choose to keep thinking it or to let it go. I call this a thought download. You can put everything you're thinking, all of these things that they don't feel good, okay? They're not they're not what you would call motivational. It's probably gonna be the exact opposite. But you know what? That's okay. That's what I'm saying. You want to get them out. Let them go, release it, give it away. Okay? We don't want these thoughts anymore. So that's why it's a download, right? You don't want them running around your head. You want them on paper, away from you, or even if you want to type on a computer, that's okay, but I actually like to physically write it out. Anyway, that's your download, right? So you're doing that thought download, you're getting rid of all these limiting beliefs, these things that no longer serve you. Okay, now, number 2, acknowledging that thoughts are reality. So I know it's a lot easier said than done, right? We think like, okay, well, oh yeah, no, I believe that my thoughts create reality. But do you really believe that? Like, do you honestly 100% believe that? And the reason I ask that is because our society tells us that we should do in order to get results. Do, like your actions are what get you results. So ask yourself right now, like, do I believe that my thoughts get results or do I believe that my actions get results? Am I like totally messing with you, right? Like, are you like, well, if I don't act, then I can't get results? And I would say, okay, fine, but what causes you to act, right? What really causes you to act? Really, it's because you feel a certain way. And why do you feel a certain way? Because you think a certain thought. So that's why I say your thoughts are actually what creates your reality. But why is this so awesome? It's because it means you have control over it, right? It means that you can change by simply changing your thought. That is amazing, y'all. Like that is when you really just kind of sit back and go, oh, wow, like that's mind blowing. Like, what does that really mean for you? It basically means that when you decide to choose different thoughts, it's actually easier to get results because you're not fighting within you, right? You're not fighting. You don't have a constant struggle and you don't feel this resistance. You feel like you're just going with the flow. I'm not saying that it doesn't mean that you work hard because yeah, like you do have to work hard. You have to put in constant action to actually get results on something, especially if it's a bigger project or goal. But it feels different because you're in alignment with those thoughts and the actions just flow. Again, you have total control over this, but accepting that thoughts create your reality is how you can, it can help you get truly what you want. Okay, now, number 3, asking for what you want. And I know you're like, Sarai, what are you, like, where are you coming with this? Like, of course I'm going to ask for what I want. Like, duh. But duh, like that, wow, I haven't used that in a long time. Anyway, okay, so asking for what you want. I put this on the list because a lot of times we think we're asking for what we want, but we really don't. And even when we do, we're not clear about it. Be specific. When I work with clients and I say, well, like, okay, so we're here, but where do you want to go? Where do you really want to see yourself? I get answers like, well, I want to be happy. Or, well, I would like to have a good relationship. Okay, but what does that look like for you? Like, what is your good relationship? What is happy? And the thing is that clients have a hard time answering that. Like, well, I don't know. Like, I just want to be happy. But like, let's actually put names to that. Let's actually be specific with it. What does your day look like when you are happy? What is there? What does your home life look like? What does your work life look like? Like, let's actually be specific with it. So even though we think we're being specific and saying, well, yeah, I'm asking for what I want, chances are you're still leaving too much vagueness in too much ambiguity. Ambiguity. Totally, that's totally not a word. All right, too much ambiguity, right? So like, put the names of the people, put the places, put the type of house. If you want a beautiful home, what size home, like, do you want a 1-story? Do you want a 2-story? Do you want a nice yard? Do you want no yard? Maybe you want a condo on the beach. Do you want a lakefront? Do you want the desert? Like, there's so many different ways that we could be specific, and yet we just go, well, I want to be happy. Like, put specifics on it. Chances are that you will get way more, you will be able to get way more what you want, or at least further in that direction, than if you leave it generic. Another great way to think about this is a GPS, right? So if you have a GPS and you put a general address like New York, New York versus 123 Main Street, New York, New York, 11111. Okay, so those two addresses are going to get you to very different places. One is going to put you who knows where, of somewhere where you might not want to be, and then the other one is going to get you exactly to where you want to be. All right, so that's what we're talking about here. Being specific and asking for what you want. Okay, now rejection. Number 4, rejection. All this really means is that when you get a no, don't let that change your goal. Don't let that affect you. Don't take it personally. Just say, all right, no? Okay, cool. Next. No problem. I'm moving on. Either ask somebody else for what you are looking for. Maybe they'll give you a yes. Or maybe if you have to ask the same person, that's okay. Like, maybe it's a boss and like you have to ask your boss in order to get what you want, but that's okay. Continue to ask. Present it in a different way. Ask on a different day. You never know. Maybe that person was just not having a good day, or maybe the way you presented it, you were trying to force them to give you a yes. You wanted to, from an energetic way, you were trying to like, oh, I'm going to get my way, versus, listen, this is what I believe and this is how I think on the subject, and this is why I feel that it would be beneficial, right? So like, the perfect example of this is, I remember when I was managing a company and I had several departments, and I would say no a lot during my day. But I remember that there was this one particular subject from one of the managers of the departments, right? So I was operations, overseeing everything. And I remember she came to me with a particular, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a particular request, and I said no. And then I remember a few days later, she asked me again, and then a few days later, she asked me again. And I think over like 4 or 5 times she asked me, and then the very last time she came to me and asked me again, but I said yes. And I remember it was that she asked me from a completely different energetic place. It was, and she changed the way that she presented it to me, and it just made so much sense. And I could see the benefit to not only the employees, but also the company as a whole. So I knew that it was the right thing to do. And it greatly benefited the employees as well. So that was an example of her not taking no for an answer and doing what she could to find that yes. So if you get a no, just think no, next. All right, now number 5, feedback. Okay, feedback is a good thing. I know most of us take feedback personally. We say, oh, like, oof, like, that sucks. Like, why didn't that person like me? Or like, why didn't I get the yes? Or whatever it might be. Just think of feedback as course correcting. You're just adjusting your course. People, this is like when somebody gives you feedback, what I think when I get feedback is, oh, wow. Oh my gosh, thanks. You know why? Because it means that when I make this change, I'm going to be that much closer to my goals. What? That much closer to my goals? Please, can I have another? Can I get more feedback? Can somebody else give me feedback? Can somebody else tell me what they think would be a great benefit, or like how I could do this, how I can change it? Are you kidding? I am all ears. I think that's fantastic because I don't want it to take forever for me to get to my goals, right? I have things to do. Like, I have a wonderful life and I want to live it to the max. So if it means that I can get to my goals faster just by listening and being open to different opportunity and different options that I have to kind of like change up what I'm doing and make it the most beneficial to people, you better believe that I'm going to be all over that. Sign me up for some feedback. All right, now number 6, reviewing your day. Reviewing your day is all about thinking about the things that went really well during your day. Okay, and name it, be specific with it and be like, oh, you know what was really good? I totally did that thought download and I was able to see that, I have this belief about time. I have this belief that I don't have enough time. So I didn't realize that was the case, but yeah, I really have this belief. I wonder what other beliefs. But okay, that was a good thing for today. Okay, and then what didn't work? All right, well, you know what didn't work is that I didn't ask specifically for exactly what I wanted. I asked my husband to do something, but I really wasn't specific with it. And because of that, I didn't get what I wanted. I really didn't. And it makes sense because if I would have been specific with it, I definitely would have gotten the result that I wanted. So actually, then the last part of this reviewing your day is, what would you do differently? Well, one thing I could do differently is I could actually be specific with him and tell him this is what I'm looking for. And then I do believe that he would do it. But when I view it from his point of view, I wasn't specific enough. Okay, so I would do that differently. And another thing I would do differently is, maybe I would actually not take it personally when that person said that they didn't like that video. They didn't identify with it. And when I asked them, I would maybe this time I will actually ask for specifics and say, well, what didn't you like about it? What would you prefer instead of what you got? Right? Something simple like that. And so being curious about it is going to definitely change the game. It's going to get me a different result and it's going to get me closer to what I really want. All right, number 7, last thing, previewing your day. This can be just as simple as taking a few moments. You can close your eyes or maybe not. I don't know, it depends. So for me, I like to have my eyes closed when I do things like this, unless it's a beautiful day and I'm enjoying the day and I can mentally wander off and daydream. But let's say it's at night and I'm doing this previewing my tomorrow, right? So it's not really previewing your day, it's more of a tomorrow. So if I want to think about it, I'm okay, so I see myself waking up calmly, I'm having a great morning, I do my thought download, I remember that my thoughts create my reality, I'm going to be very clear tomorrow in asking for what I want, and if I receive any rejection tomorrow, I am not going to take it personally. I'm just going to think, okay, that's fine, I'm going to keep going until I get a yes, and then I'm going to think about if I get any feedback tomorrow. First of all, I'll ask for feedback. I'm going to ask for that feedback. And then when I get it, I'm just going to see how I can make those changes, implement those changes so that I can get really what I want. And then I'm gonna give a nice review of my day to figure out exactly what worked, what didn't work, and then what I could do better for tomorrow. So those are my suggestions on how you can really get what you want. Now, bonus here. So all you have to do is just click the link below, enter your email, and then you are going to receive a free guided meditation on how to preview your day for tomorrow. So I want to thank you so much for joining me in this awesome video of 7 tips on how to get what you really want. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn those notifications on, give this video a like. My name is Sarai, and I am a life coach helping you learn how to manage your mindset so that you can achieve the life of your dreams and the life that you truly deserve. Success can be found where positivity abounds. Bye.